Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. I'm your host, Angela Brown. So today I want to talk all about that it is International Thyroid Awareness Month. But if you could do me a really big favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could go ahead and subscribe to my channel and then hit that bell so you get a notification every time I release new videos. So I want to talk all about some statistics that are connected to thyroid health that can kind of help guide you a little bit if you feel like you need to do further testing. So 1 in 8 women will actually develop a thyroid disorder in their lifetime. That's a pretty big stat. And women are actually 5 to 8 times more likely to experience thyroid symptoms, thyroid problems than men will. And almost up to 60% of the people with thyroid disease are not even aware that they have it. That's a very, very large statistic. And probably over 90% of the people who do have a thyroid condition, particularly hypothyroidism, they actually have something called Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune response where your own body attacks your own thyroid because it thinks it's a foreign invader. That's a very large percentage. A lot of people are not even aware that they have Hashimoto's because it's very unlikely that doctors will check it. They don't check thyroid antibodies very often. You usually have to ask for it. And so you could have an autoimmune condition connected to your thyroid and not know it. And this is a very important test to have checked. Something that I would consider is to make sure that you are getting a full thyroid panel. Every time that your doctor does check it, I would get a full thyroid panel. The full thyroid panel will look like this. You need to have TSH, free T3, free T4, reverse T3, which is a very uncommon one. They usually don't check that. You have to ask for that as well. And then thyroid antibodies. And the 2 thyroid antibodies you want to have checked are TPO, which is thyroid peroxidase antibodies, and thyroid globulin antibodies, TGAB. So I would make sure you're getting those checked. Another thing you could have checked is total T3 and total T4. That's not as common either to have checked. But the big takeaway with this is you have to demand a full panel. The other thing to also consider, if you ever did test positive for thyroid antibodies, a lot of times the doctors will never check it again because they've said once you have antibodies, you're always going to have antibodies. Doesn't really matter. It actually does, because you want to see if it's getting any better. If you are getting worse and worse and worse with your thyroid antibodies and your symptoms are getting worse, there's an autoimmune response there. So you need to know what you're doing to kind of address that. The other side of it is if you are doing all the lifestyle things that you think are the correct way and the antibodies are getting worse and the symptoms are getting worse, that's also a time to look at, okay, what else are we missing here? What do we need to do here? Like gluten, dairy, things like that. Addressing sleep, addressing stress. Those things can also be connected to having an issue with thyroid antibodies not going down. So always keep that in mind. You need to really keep checking those and make sure, especially if you've ever had them before, you need to make sure that they're not getting worse, in other words. So those are the big things that I would have checked. One thing you can do if you are having issues getting the doctor to run those for you is you can utilize an at-home test kit. There's 2 companies that I use for this. They send you the test kit to your home, you do a finger prick test, mail it off to them, and they will get you the results. Let's Get Checked is one of them that I use. Go straight to the website. You can use the code ANGELABROWN and get a discount off of that test kit. Paloma Health is another one that I use. And if you've never ordered from them before, they will give you $30 off your first test kit as well. And that one actually has a reverse T3. Let's Get Checked does not have reverse T3. You can add on reverse T3 to the Paloma Health one. I'll have the links below. You can also use the code Angela Brown for the discount as well. So I will make sure I have those codes below as well as the discount code to use. And that's a great way that you can utilize at-home testing if the doctor will not do that full thyroid panel. So, and we're talking about blood testing, in other words. If you have any questions with this or you need more information on this, definitely reach out, give me a shout, let me know, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.